Hello and welcome to our new show, Who is the Smartest Saint? I'm Dan Layton, a junior here at Siena College just outside of Albany, New York, and let me tell you about our game. We have 14 athletes from this campus who will compete one-on-one in a general knowledge competition. Today is a quarterfinal matchup. We have track and field's Collin taking on volleyball's Grace Wilhelm. Grace, this is your first game. You got a bye. Fortunate enough to get one. What's your process going into this one?
Just trying to answer the questions right.
Make sure you know what you know.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know.
Collin, coming off a win in dominating fashion. Still, are vibes high? What do you think? You're going up against someone that got a bye.
I know,
so
first round bye, it's tough, but as a wild card team like myself, miracles do happen. I feel good, riding the momentum. Unfortunately, Tina didn't stand a chance last week. So, riding high and hopefully taking some momentum into today.
All right, so let me just go over the rules. We will do 2 rounds, both for 4 minutes. There will be an overtime period if necessary. That will be 1 minute long. Whoever has the most points after those 8 minutes, or possibly the overtime, will be the winner and advance to the semifinals. Are we ready?
I'm set.
All right. First round starts now. Name the lead singer for the Rolling Stones.
Mick Jagger.
That's correct. 4 days after Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat in 1955, something happened that lasted a year. What was it?
The bus boycotts?
That's correct. Born in Arizona to a Mexican-American family, name the man who founded the United Farm Workers Union, which was created to improve the working conditions for migrant farmers and Latinos.
Cesar Chavez?
That's correct, Cesar Chavez. Name the actor who starred in Back to the Future and Family Ties, but is probably best known for living with Parkinson's disease since 1991. It's Michael J. Fox. What's the name of the vicious dog-like animal you can only find on the island located directly south of Australia? Grace?
Tasmanian devil?
That's correct. If you graduate college with the highest distinction, meaning you were at the top of your class, you will be given what 3-word title?
PhD.
Incorrect.
Oh, no.
Sigma cum laude?
Oh my
That's
God.
correct.
Boom.
Name
Okay.
name 3 of the 7 deadly sins.
Stealing?
No. Collin for a
Okay.
chance to steal?
I'm going to pass.
Okay. Pride, envy, gluttony, lust, anger, wrath, greed, or wrath, sorry. There's 2 different words for it. In Greek mythology, this warrior was strong, brave, and courageous, and the only way to kill him was through one part of his body.
Achilles.
That's correct. Only 2 first ladies have been born outside of the United States. One is the wife of the 6th president, John Quincy Adams. Name the other and the country in which she was born.
Ivana Trump and Yugoslavia?
You said Ivanka. That's his daughter. Melania is Donald Trump's wife, so that's incorrect.
No.
Which state capital gets its name from the 4th president of the United States?
Madison.
That's correct. The most successful child actor of all time. Name the girl who started performing at age 3, and by the time she was 6 in 1938, she was making more than $300,000 a year. She is best known for her golden curly hair.
Shirley Temple.
That's correct. When Mary Shelley was 19, she wrote a book that many consider to be the greatest horror novel ever written. Name the book.
Frankenstein?
That's correct. This group was the first black pilots trained by the U.S. Army to fight during...
Tuskegee Airmen.
That's correct. Which of the original 7 wonders of the ancient world is the only one still standing today?
Pyramids.
That's correct. What disease is characterized by inflammation of the brain, especially by an infection or virus? Encephalitis.
Ooh.
What's the 5-letter acronym for America's chief executive?
POTUS.
That's correct. What is the official language of Iran?
Persian?
That's correct. This best-selling book is subtitled One Woman's Search for Everything Across Italy, India, and Indonesia. Name the book. Eat, Pray, Love.
All
You can
right.
take an AP course in high school and receive college credit if you do well. What does AP stand for?
Advanced placement.
That's correct. Located in the middle of your back, this organ filters out waste and turns it into...
Kidneys.
That's correct. A doctor of jurisprudence degree, also known as Juris Doctor degree, is what type of degree? It's a law degree.
Wow.
FEMA is a governmental agency created in the late 1970s. What does FEMA stand for? Federal Emergency Management Agency. Name the band that has 2 of the 3 best-selling albums of all time.
Eagles.
That's correct. The Skipper, the Professor, and Ginger are characters on what classic TV sitcom?
Oh, no.
Wait, can you repeat it?
The Skipper, the Professor, and Ginger are characters on what classic TV sitcom? This will be the last question of the round. It's Gilligan's Island.
I don't know any of these.
We get a score update. Collin, dominating fashion, 27-3 as we go to halftime. Seems like a story too familiar, Collin. Dominating at halftime, just play second half, sort of.
Yeah, I mean,
let go of that gas pedal. What are you thinking going?
I mean, history repeats itself, as you see here. We're doing some historical questions. Feel like it's all too fitting. You know, but can't get too cocky. You know, we're only halfway through. Still got to play this next round.
Grace, you put up 3 points.
I'm trying my best.
You're trying your best. That's all we can
These
ask
are
for.
a little bit harder than I thought they'd be, respectfully.
Well, we had the first round. We decided to go a bit more difficult for the second round, but it happens. All right, second round for another 4 minutes. Start right now. The amount of air in the tires on your car are measured in PSI. What does PSI stand for?
Oh, my God.
Pounds.
Pounds per square inch?
That's correct. EA Sports is a company that develops video games. What does EA and EA Sports?
Electronic Arts.
That's correct. In 1978, the first baby was born by IVF. What does IVF stand for?
In vitro fertilization?
That's correct. The fear of foreigners or strangers is called?
Xenophobia.
That's correct. On August 6th, 1945, 70,000 people were killed in this Asian city.
Hiroshima.
That's correct. What animal has the largest eyes in the world?
Eyes in the world.
An owl?
Incorrect.
Pass. I have no clue.
It's actually a squid. A giant, classified
It's like
animal.
the
The
Kraken?
giant squid. Yeah,
All right.
basically. Sometimes before a medical procedure, you'll be given this. It can be general or local.
Anesthesia?
That's correct. Margaret Mitchell only published 1 novel in her lifetime, but she won a Pulitzer Prize for it in 1937. Name that novel. Gone with the Wind. America is called this 2-word phrase referring to the many cultures and races coming together.
Melting pot.
That's correct. Today we use a DVR, but during the 80s and 90s we used this 3-letter acronym to record TV shows.
VCR.
That's correct.
Thank you, Dad.
This company based in Kansas City has 70,000 white-collar employees, but most only work 4 months a year.
H&R Block.
That's correct. In banking, what does APR stand for?
Annual percentage return?
No. Grace for a chance to seal. Annual percentage rate.
Oh.
This college major can have an emphasis on clinical, cognitive, or social.
Psychology.
That's correct. What is the most populated city in Canada?
Toronto.
That's correct. Soccer star Cristiano Ronaldo is from what country?
Portugal.
That's correct. In health insurance and car insurance, what is the name for the amount you pay before your insurance takes over?
Deductible.
That's correct. MIT stands for?
Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
That's correct. Fire departments say when you reset your clock for daylight savings time, you should also change the batteries in these. That's correct. What is the name of the oldest Kardashian sister?
Courtney.
That's correct. What is the name of the project that uses DNA testing to exonerate the wrongfully convicted?
The Innocence Project?
That's correct. This 11-letter term means a group or cluster of islands.
11 letters? Okay.
Archipelago. I hope I might have completely butchered
There's
that.
no way. This is
Anyway.
the first time I've ever heard that word.
What is the name of the annual gathering that takes place at the Black Rock Desert in Nevada that is dedicated to community, art, and self-expression?
The desert, you said?
The name of the festival, annual gathering.
Burning Man.
Yeah, that's correct. How the hell? What explorer is believed to have arrived in America more than 500 years before Christopher Columbus?
Erickson. Leif Erikson?
That's correct. Other than the 5 Great Lakes, what is the largest lake in the United States?
Other than that.
Great Salt Lake in Utah. We have 20 seconds. Name the bird that is not only the largest in the world, but also runs the fastest.
Ostrich.
That's correct. Similar to Apple's Siri, what is the name of Amazon's virtual assistant?
Alexa.
That's correct. Across from the Washington Monument in Washington, D.C. is a shrine to the 16th president.
Abe Lincoln.
That's correct. Oh, boy. After suffering from ALS for more than 50 years, this is the last question. Name the scientist who died in March of 2018.
Oh. Steve something? Or... It doesn't even matter.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking is correct. 64? Oh, my God. 64-8, our final score. Collin is moving on to the semifinals.
Moving on.
How you feel?
I feel good. I feel good. Much better than last week. I won't lie.
Well, you think? Jesus, 64. Oh my God. Grace, we thank you for coming on. You tried your best. That's all we can ask for. Collin's moving on to the semifinals. We will see you guys soon for the semifinal matchups.